Daf Yomi, Tractate, Sanhedrin. Page 82a, top of the page. Pei Beis of an olive. Top of the page with the words Lo Pagu Bo Kenain Mahu. Ina Sherav Legamre Akruyel Rav Kahana Machalame. Bagda Yehuda v'tov v'nasat b'Yisrael u'Yisharayim ki chilal Yehuda kodesh Hashem asher ahav u'ba'al bat el nechar. Asa amale Rav Hachi Akriyun. If zealots did not strike him, what is the halacha? Rav forgot that which he learned through tradition concerning this matter. They read this verse to Rav Kahana in his dream. Judah has dealt treacherously, and an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem, as Judah has profaned the sacred of the Lord which he loves, and has engaged in intercourse with the daughter of a strange god. Malachi 2:11. Rav Kahana came and said to Rav, "This is what they read to me in my dream." Idachre Rav legamre Bagda Yehuda Zo avodezara v'cheinu oimer Ken bagaditem Bi Bet Yisrael Neum Hashem V'toeva nasesa b'Yisrael u'Yerushalayim Ze mishkav zachur V'cheinu oimer V'zocha lo tishkav mishkavei isha Toeva hi Ki chilel Yehuda kodesh Hashem zu zoyna V'chein hu oimer lo tiyeh kadesha mibenois Yisrael U'ba'al bas el nechal ze abo al hagoya. Rav then remembered that which he had learned through tradition and said, Judah has dealt treacherously. This is a reference to the sin of idol worship. And likewise it says, but as a wife who treacherously departs her husband, you have dealt treacherously with me, house of Israel, says the Lord. Jeremiah 3:20. And an abomination is committed in Israel and in Jerusalem. This is a reference to male homosexual intercourse, and likewise it says, you shall not lie with a man as one lies with a woman. It is an abomination. Leviticus 18:22. As Judah has profaned the sacred Kodesh, the Kodesh of the Lord, this is a reference to a prostitute. And likewise it says, there shall be no harlot of the daughters of Israel. Deuteronomy 23:18. And has engaged in intercourse with the daughter of a strange god. This is a reference to one who engages in intercourse with a Gentile woman. Uchetiv basrei yachres Hashem leish asher yasena oina me'olei Yaakov magish mincha l'Hashem tzivaos. Im Talmud Chacham hu lo yeh lo b'chachamim ve'oino b'talmidim. Im Kohen hu lo yeh lo ben magish mincha l'Hashem tzivaos. And it is written thereafter with regard to those enumerated in the verse, may the Lord excise the man who does this, who calls and who answers from the tents of Jacob, and who sacrifices the meal offering to the Lord of hosts. Malachi 2:12. The Gemara interprets the verse, if he is a Torah scholar, he will have neither one among his descendants who calls and initiates discourse among the sages, nor one who answers among the students, meaning one who is capable of answering questions posted by the sages. If he is a priest, he will not have among his descendants a son who sacrifices a meal offering to the Lord of hosts. Amar Rav Chia Baravuya Kol habal goya ki'ilu mitchaten b'avodah zareh. Dichtiv ובעל בת אל נחר, וכי בת יש לו לאל נחר, אלא זה הבא על הגויה. Rabbi Chia bar Avuya says, I wonder if that's connected to Elisha bar Avuya, Ben Avuya. With regard to anyone who engages in intercourse with a Gentile woman, It is as though he married the object of idol worship itself. As is written, and has engaged in intercourse with the daughter of a strange god. Does a strange god have a daughter? Rather, this is a reference to one who engages in intercourse with a Gentile woman who is an adherent of a strange god. כתוב על גולגלתו של יהויקים זויס ואויד החרס. זקנו דרבי פרידה אשכח ההוא גולגולתא דהווה שדיה בשערי ירושלים. והווה כתוב ילווה זאת ועוד אחרת כברי והדר נבוג. כברי והדר נבוג. אמר היי גולגולתא דיהויקים דכתיב בקבורת חמור. יקבר סחוב והשלך מהלה לשערי ירושלים. The Gemara cites another of Rav Chia bar Avuya's statements. Rav Chia bar Avuya says it was written on the skull of Jehoiakim, the king of Judah. This, Jehoiakim, king of Judah, this and yet another indicate that he will suffer punishment in addition to the punishment that he already received. The Gemara relates, the grandfather of Rabbi Preda, Rav Chia bar Avuya, found a skull that was cast at the gates of Jerusalem, and upon it was written this and yet another. He buried it, and it then emerged from beneath the soil. He buried it, and it then emerged from beneath the soil again. He said, "This is the skull of Jehoiakim." As it is written in this regard, with the burial of a donkey he shall be buried, drawn and cast beyond the gates of Jerusalem. Jeremiah 22:19. He will find no rest in a grave. Omar Malkahu Vilav Oirach Ara Levzoye Shakla Karcha Shirai Ve'izve Besifta Asa Levisev Chazel Nafka Amra Lehu Leshivavataha Imri Le Haidi Itita Kamaitahi Delo Kamena Shila שגרת לתנורה וקלתה כי עשה אמר היינו דכתיב ילווה זאת ועוד אחרת. Rabbi Chia bar Avuya said he is a king and it is not proper conduct to treat him contemptuously. He took the skull, wrapped it in silk, and placed it in a chest. His wife came and saw the skull, went out and told her neighbors and asked them what it was. The neighbor said to her, "This is the skull of the first wife to whom he was married, as he has not forgotten her, and he keeps her skull in her memory." That angered his wife, and she kindled the oven and burned the skull. When Rabbi Chia, the son of Avuya, came and learned what she had done, he said, "That is the fulfillment of that which is written about him." This, maybe she burnt it, but it didn't destroy it because bone wouldn't get burnt just by an oven. I don't think so. That is the fulfillment of that which is written about him, this and yet another, having his remains cast beyond the gates of Jerusalem, did not complete the punishment of Jehoiakim. He suffered the additional indignity of having his remains burned. Kiasa Ravdimi Omar Beit Dino Shel Chashmanai Gazru Haba'al Goya Chayav Alea Mishum Nida Shivcha Goya Eshet Ish. When Ravdimi came from Eretz Israel to Babylonia, he said, the court of the Hasmoneans issued a decree that one who engages in intercourse with a Gentile woman is liable due to his violation of prohibitions represented by the letters Mem, Shin, Gimel Aleph. Mem, Shin, I'm sorry. Yeah, Nun. I'm sorry, it's Nun. Nun Shin Gimel Aleph. Okay. He is liable for engaging in intercourse with a menstruating woman. It's Nun. Nash Ga. Ganash. I don't know. Anyway. Who did not immerse in ritual bath remains impure. I've seen other regards to that. Although by Torah law there is no impurity of menstruation with regard to Gentiles, it has been decreed that one must distance himself from them as he does from a menstruating woman. He is liable for engaging in intercourse with a Canaanite maidservant as relative to a Jewish woman. The status of the Gentile woman is that of a maidservant. He is liable for engaging in intercourse with a Gentile woman, Goya, and with a married woman, Eshet Ish. Kiyasa Rabin Amar Mishum Nashgaz Nida Shivcha Goya Zoina Aval Mishum Ishus Leslahu Idach Neshayu Vadai Lo Mafkere. When Ravin came from Eretz Israel to Babylonia, he said he is liable due to the violation of prohibitions represented by the letters Nun, Shin, Gimel, Zayin. Ravin agreed with Rav Dimi that the Hasmoneans decreed that one who engages in intercourse with a Gentile woman is liable for engaging in intercourse with a menstruating woman, a maidservant, and a Gentile woman. He adds that the individual is liable for engaging in intercourse with a Zona, but he disagrees with Rav Dimi and holds that one is not liable due to the violation of the prohibition involving matrimony, meaning of engaging in intercourse with a married woman, because the halachic framework of matrimony does not exist among Gentiles. Their relationships are fundamentally temporary, and the other Amora, Rav Dimi, holds that Gentiles certainly do not forsake their wives. Therefore, the status of a wife of a Gentile is that of a married woman. Amar Rav Chizda Haba li molech ein moichen loi Itman Hami Amar Babar Bar Chana Amar Yochanan Haba li molech ein moirin loi. Rav Chizda says concerning one who comes to consult with the court when he sees a Jewish man engaging in intercourse with a Gentile woman, the court does not instruct him that it is permitted to kill the transgressor. It was also stated that Rabba Bar Chana says that Rabbi Yochanan says concerning one who comes to consult with the court does not instruct him that it is permitted to kill the Jewish man engaging in intercourse with the Jewish woman. Velo od, moreover, Ela she'im peresh Zimri v'hargo Pinchas ne'harag alav. Ne'epach Zimri v'hargo Pinchas. Ein ne'harag alav. She'arei roidefu. Moreover, if Zimri, son of Salu, see Numbers 25, 1-9, had separated himself from the woman, and only then Pinchas killed him, Pinchas would have been executed for killing him, because it is permitted for zealots to kill only while the transgressor is engaged in the act of intercourse. Furthermore, if Zimri would have turned and killed Pinchas in self-defense, he would not have been executed for killing him, as Pinchas was a pursuer. One is allowed to kill a pursuer in self-defense, provided that the pursued is not liable to be executed by the court. Interesting. Wow. Vayomer Moshe el Shofti Yisrael Holach Shifta Shel Shimon Etzel Zimri ben Salu Amru lo Hein Danin Dinin Nefashos V'atanos Yoshri v'shotek Ma'asa Amad v'kibez 24,000 miYisrael V'yalach Etzel Kozbi Amar la Hishmi'i li Amra lo Bat Melech Ani וכן ציווה לי אבי, לא תשמעי אלא לגדול שבהם. אמר לה, אף הוא נשיא שבט הוא, ולא עוד אלא שהוא גדול ממנו, שהוא שני לבטן, והוא שלישי לבטן. Okay, let's see this story, what happened here. It is stated that Moses said to the judges of Israel, each of you shall slay his men who adhered to the Baal unto Baal Beor. Numbers 25:5. The tribe of Shimon went to Zimri, son of Salu, their leader, and said to him, "They are judging cases of capital law and executing us, and you are sitting and are silent?" What did Zimri do? He arose and gathered 24,000 people from the children of Israel, and went to Cosbi, daughter of Tsur, princess of Midian, and said to her, "Submit to me and engage in intercourse with me." She said to him, "I am the daughter of a king, and this is what my father commanded me. Submit only to the greatest of them." Zimri said to her, "He too," referring to himself, he's like, "I am, he too is the head of a tribe. Moreover, he is greater than Moses. As he is second of the womb, as he descends from Shimon, the son of Jacob, and Moses is third of the womb, as he descends from Levi, the third son of Jacob. Tafsa bivloriotea ve'evi'a etzel Moshe. Amar lo ben Amram, zu asura o muteres? Im tomar asura, bat yitro mi hitralach. Nit alma mimenu halacha. Ga'u kulam bevichia. Haydu dichtiv, vehema bochim petach oel moed. Uchetiv, vayar Pinchas ben Elazar. He seized her by her forelock, he brought her by her hair, before Moses. And Zimri said to Moses, "Son of Amram, is this woman forbidden or permitted? And if you say she is forbidden, as for the daughter of Yitro, to whom you are married, who permitted her to you?" The halacha with regard to proper course of action when encountering a Jewish man engaging in intercourse with a Gentile woman eluded Moses. All of the members of the Sanhedrin bawled in their weeping, and that is the meaning of that which is written, "And they are crying at the entrance of the tent of meeting." Numbers 25, verse 6. And it is written thereafter, "And Pinchas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, saw and arose from the midst of the congregation and took a spear in his hand." Numbers 25, verse 7. Mara'ah. The Gemara asks, what did he see? What did Pinchas see that led him to rise and take action? Amar Rav, Ra'a ma'aseh b'niskar halacha. Rav says he saw the incident taking place before him and he remembered the halacha. Amar lo, achi, avi, abba, lo kach limaditani beridicha mihar Sinai. Haboel aramit kanaim bogin bo. Amar lo, kraina di igarta, ihu lihave parvanka. Rav says he saw the incident taking place before him and he remembered the halacha. He said to Moses, "Brother of the father of my father," as Moses was the brother of his grandfather Aaron, "did you not teach me during your descent from Mount Sinai, one who engages in intercourse with a Gentile woman, zealots strike him?" Moses said to him, "Let the one who reads the letter be the agent to fulfill its contents." Ushmul amar, rosh ein chachma ve'en tvuna ve'en eitzah leneged Hashem. Kol makom sheyesh chilul Hashem, ein cholkin kavod l'rav. Rabbi Yitzchak amar, Rabbi Eliezer, Ra sheba malach v'ishchis ba'am. And Shmuel says Pinchas saw and considered the meaning of the verse, "There is neither wisdom nor understanding nor counsel against the Lord," Proverbs 21:30, which the sages interpreted to mean anywhere that there is desecration of the Lord's name, one does not show respect to the teacher. In those situations, one need not consult his teacher, but must immediately proceed to right the wrong that is transpiring. Therefore, he took the spear and took immediate action. Rabbi Eliezer says he saw that an angel came and destroyed among the people in punishment for the sin of Zimri, and he realized that he must take immediate action to ameliorate the situation. מכאן שנכנסים מכלי זין לבית המדרש. שולף שנניה והניחה באון קולו, והיה נשען והוילך על מקלו, וכיוון שהגיע אצל שבטו של שמעון אמר, היכן מצינו ששבטו של לוי גדול משל שמעון? אמר לו, הניחו לו אף הוא לעשות צרכיו נכנס. התירו פרושין את הדבר. Okay, this one is going to go into 82b. It is written with regard to Pinchas, he arose from the midst of the assembly and took a spear in his hand, Numbers 25, verse 7. From here, where it is written that he took the spear only after he arose from the assembly, it is derived that one does not enter the study hall with a weapon. The assembly in this context is referring to the seat of the Sanhedrin. Pinchas removed the blade of the spear and placed it in his garment, and held the shaft of the spear like a walking stick. And he was walking. Now we're on 82b. He was walking, leaning on his walking stick, the shaft of the spear. And once he reached the tribe of Shimon, he said, "Where did we find that the tribe of Levi is greater than the tribe of Shimon? If all the members of your tribe submit to the temptation of the women of Moab, I may do so as well." After hearing that statement, the members of the tribe of Shimon said, "Allow him to enter. Like us, he too is entering to attend his needs and engage in intercourse with the Moabite women." They rejoiced and said, "Apparently, the pious and God-fearing have permitted this matter, as Pinchas is one of them." Interesting. It was a stealth operation.